I was rooting for Doc. I've always seen him as somebody who's like, he wouldn't do that. That's the type of a person that's like a role model for everybody. He is the person we look up to do the right thing. It turns out the allegations about him having inappropriate conversations with a minor via the Twitch Whisper product, Twitch DMs, it's true. He admitted it. This whole time I was trying to play devil's advocate here and be like, look, man, there's people out to get Doc, and there's banana phone happening. Maybe some sort of something happened, but then it turned into something way worse as the amount of people it passed through. But apparently it's been verified by very close sources, by very big media conglomerates, and I don't trust those people, but I mean, the energy is there, and Doc admitted it. He admitted it. So now that's the final nail in the coffin for me. To quickly recap this whole situation, about 4 days ago, a former Twitch staff named Cody put out a tweet saying that the reason why Doc was banned, and he didn't say Doc directly, but everyone knows who he's talking about, was because he was sexting a minor on Twitch Whispers. This story then explodes. This thing got like 30 million. This tweet got 30 million views at least. And then the whole internet starts talking about this, whether they believe it, whether they don't believe it. People, especially like me, were waiting for evidence. And the way Doc started responding to things started to raise some eyebrows. Like, I've covered this extensively in my videos. I've been very critical of Doc. A lot of people are calling me a Doc defender. I'm just asking questions, man. I'm trying not to make a judgment off of little information here. I'm trying it to be clear and thorough. So anyways, we are starting to question Doc's responses to this. He wouldn't directly say, no, I did not have inappropriate conversations with a minor. I was not sexting a minor. He didn't say those things directly or clearly at all, which is super weird to everyone. Now, we know that he was in a lawsuit with Twitch because he did get banned, and he said nobody knew why he got banned, and he said he didn't know why he got banned. Then fast forward a little bit of time, he knows why he got banned now, and he says he's suing Twitch, and he won. That's another factor in here that makes me question things. Okay, so Doc won, then he didn't do anything wrong, right? Not necessarily. In the legal world, it gets really weird in that world. And I'm going to give you my theories as to what's going on with that shortly. And I think I'm very, very close to the truth. All right, with a few differences here and there with what reality might be. I think all this is going to come out eventually. I think the best thing Doc could do is just leak the actual DMs so it's not left to the imagination. Anyways, Doc is responding very weirdly to these things, saying that nothing illegal happened, or none of this, and not saying directly, I did not have inappropriate conversations with a minor. He wouldn't straight up say that. And I think the reason why is because he did. And that's why he's not saying it. That's why he was speaking legalese this whole time. So we were right to question Doc, and I'm a Doc fan, and I'm getting yelled at by Doc fans like I'm considering him a PDF file already, right? And then if I try and defend Doc and be like, I like Doc, I want the facts, now I'm a PDF file defender. Like, there's no winning when you're trying to be reasonable here. That's why I make these videos. Twitter is so retarded. Anyways, then it comes out that the dude that initially put this out there, said this is why Doc was banned, the Twitch staff, former Twitch staff, he was promoting his shows, and he was saying, hey, if you come to my show, I'll tell you what happened. So immediately that just starts discrediting everything that he's saying. Everyone's starting to pull up old stuff from this guy, and he gets scared and he changes his Twitch bio. I'm going to get sued, or I'm, not sued yet, or stuff like that. He's being really cheeky. But then he puts out these series of tweets kind of discrediting what he's saying, but not discrediting it. He's like, it's true, but I'm sorry I said it. I think because it got 30 million views. The whole world saw his tweet. I don't think he was expecting that. I think he was just expecting a little bit of engagement. Haha, funny little thing here. But no, he poked the bear. He opened a big can of worms, and I don't think he was ready for it. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm in this room right now, I'm at VidCon. I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but yes, I am at VidCon, and I brought my mobile video making setup. Glad I did. More people start to pop online saying, hey, we've been hearing things for years. So a lot of other scuttlebutt starts happening on the Twitterverse, and people are talking about it. And things are heating up with Doc. Now, Doc makes another statement, and it's really weird, but he says, hey, everything is like he keeps talking about the lawsuit. He doesn't talk about the actual allegation. He says everything's settled, everything's fine, like as if everything's clear and that's enough for everybody, and not realizing that's enough. And he says, I'm going to be live Monday. Monday comes around. This is where things get so absolutely crazy. Okay. So Monday comes around and he starts his stream. Everyone's there waiting to see what he's going to say. And he starts a stream saying, I'm not telling anybody anything, I've said everything I need to say about this, and F that guy. You guys know who I'm talking about. Okay, so he's just straight up starts a stream like, I'm not talking about any of that stuff, which is dumb because these allegations are so absurd, right? Uh, and then so I'm at the beginning of the stream and I'm like, well, I guess nothing's gonna happen. So I leave. I leave the stream and I go do my internet stuff, making videos, this, that, and then Twitter starts to explode. And Doc got a weird tweet, or not a tweet, but a text or something. This is what our theory is. Everyone's theory is because if you see in the video, he completely changes. He's doing his Doc character. I'm the Doc 2-time, doing his cool ass Doc character, and then he looks down, and it looks like he's looking at a text message, and I think he got tipped off that something's gonna come out because the company that he founded, 12 a.m. Midnight Society. It's a AAA game studio supposed to make dope games. Their games kind of suck, to be honest. I played them. They're fucking trash. Anyway, no disrespect to the Doc. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. One of the co-founders, Robert Bowling, he's a dipshit from Call of Duty, complete loser in the gaming space. He says that he's going to investigate what's going on, and he's going to get to the bottom of it. I think that he found some stuff out and they made a call of something they were going to do with Doc and the company that he co-founded, and he got a text heads up like, hey, things are going down. So he starts getting really weird. And I have the whole 7 minutes of his final stream in my last Doc video. I'll link it down below. And it was it's Doc says he's going to quit streaming, and he just completely 180. Like, he was like big dick swinging, like, nothing's taking me down. I'm not stopping. I'm going to go forever, to like, I'm quitting streaming. I'm going to ride off into the sunset. I'm going to leave my company. I can't be on the internet anymore. And it was like the weirdest thing. And the best way I could describe this is it felt like somebody close to you has died. That's what it felt like. I was like, oh no, because like something's going to come out. And something did come out. Now, I think Doc was preemptively trying to get ahead of this and say some stuff on his stream. But while he was live, while he was doing these things, a statement came out from Midnight Society, the AAA game studio he co-founded, saying that we wanted to be with Doc at the beginning. We wanted to trust and give him benefit of the doubt. However, we investigated the situation and we spoke to parties involved, directly involved. We don't know who those people are. We don't know what that means, but they got access to people and spoke with them. And they said, based off of what we've heard, we are terminating our relationship with Dr. Disrespect immediately. He's not a part of this no more. He's out. They cannot stand for that. This exploded the internet because everyone is like, what? That means something happened. A lot of Doc supporters are starting to reel back a little bit. I'm a diehard and I'm still sitting there. I'm like, they're jumping the gun. And I even tweeted, I'm like, you guys just killed your game. Which even though it did come out that Doc was having inappropriate conversations with Minor, whether or not the truth came out, their game is dead. No one's gonna play that game now, like, because it's a Doc game. Now you're playing the PDF file game, essentially, right? No one else is associated with that. The game's so dead, they just nuked their whole company. They're talking about how this is for the 50 employees that work here, this, that, and the other. They're all gonna get fired. They're gonna have to go find another place to work. That game's dead. They didn't save the company, they killed it because they wanted to distance themselves because of what they found out. But there's more news to this. The following day, and actually, in fact, that night this was last night, we were supposed to get some bombshell news drop or some sort of information, and it never came. However, in the morning, I woke up to an email with this crazy explanation, and I'll link it down below. You guys can check it out. It turned out to be a hoax, but it was like so close to the truth. It was really weird. But I put it out there and I made sure to be clear like, this is not verified. I don't know who this person is. It's a random person that emailed me, but this story is super interesting. And I put it out, and then my tweet gets like 2 million views. I think it's probably my most viewed tweet. And the short explanation of this is Doc was making a lot of enemies at Twitch because they didn't like his political stances. And 2020 was a very political time. That was election year. And a lot of people at Twitch, they're very woke and lefty, and Doc seems to not be lefty. So he's like mortal enemy number one to them because he's like their biggest streamer, and they don't like having one of their biggest streamers be that way. And this is just what the document was entailing, and also what I believe. So they started preemptively trying to find ways to get dirt on him. And one of the things they did was start going through his DM history, which is kind of weird because that means that Twitch staff will go through your DMs to try and find dirt on you. Uh, that doesn't sound very good, guys. I don't think anyone should use Twitch Whispers ever again. Like, they should just kill that product off because Twitch is looking at everything you say. Anyways, and glad, I mean, if he's talking to underage, that's not even if he's admitted it. Talking to underage girls. I mean, I'm glad they looked. Even though it's not right to look, I'm glad they looked because they found something that we needed to know, that they needed to know. Anyways, uh, the document then details that they found that on him, and that's how they got him fired immediately. And then it circled through Discord. Discord immediately drops him, and then bans him, gets rid of his server and everything. And it's a mystery for years. It's 2020, 4 years later. The mystery is solved for the most part. And yeah, he was talking to underage girls. Now, how old of the under? Here's something to consider. And I'm not trying to be a Doc apologist. I'm just being realistic with human beings. Teenage girls from like 14, 15 to 17 are just out of fucking control. Okay? They are. They're teenagers. Any woman that's an adult can confirm that, like, yeah, dude, teenage girls are just wild little monsters. Not like monsters, but they're just okay. They're out of control. So they're not apologizing for Doc, but just saying that that's a reality. Now, here's the thing: did Doc know at any time that this was an underage girl? And if he did, is that when it got cut off, or did he continue? That's a big deal for me. Okay, because like, let's say this is Doc cheating era. So morals aside, okay, let's just look at the scenario of the time frame here. This is when Doc cheated on his wife. This is that same era. So, or this was after Doc said that he cheated on his wife. So he kept on doing stuff, right? Like, that irks me. I don't like that. But let's set that aside. We know that he's doing that, okay? Now, if he's doing that, which is wrong, and then he finds out it's an underage girl, and then he cuts it off, that even though it's not being faithful to his wife, I still have to look at that as not as bad as if he does know it's a young girl and he continues to talk to her. Now that's weird. With me, with my online interactions, whenever there's a private interaction with somebody, usually like a viewer or something, and they're like a child, I say, talk to me in public chat. If they want to talk to me, they get in the public chat where everyone could see, and that's where they could say what they have to say. I don't accept DMs from anybody. I don't talk to nobody. My DMs are closed as fuck. Okay, I'm not going back and forth with nobody because of this exact thing. Because I'm in my 30s, and that's weird. Okay, so as a YouTuber, I have a lot of young people that do watch. They want to get in my DMs all the time. I deny all of them. Nobody getting in my DMs unless you're like somebody I know or a creator or some sort of vetted way of getting in there where I know I'm not making any mistakes. So that's where I stand with that. Is did Doc shut it down after he found out it was a minor? Because, and this is why I still want to see the logs. If we could see the logs, and there's anything in there that can vindicate Doc to some way, that would be awesome. If they could show that he found out, oh, you're young, I can't talk to you no more, and just cuts it off, and then like it's super awkward or whatever. you know, I'm going to lean more on his side now. But if, again, he finds out it's a young girl and he keeps going, like, he's dead to me. That's absolutely, like, just dead to me. Not like I'm not supporting you or nothing. Like, just go away, dude. You were the two-time can't be doing that, dude. So Doc puts out this tweet admitting it, and the thing that's really weird is he made 3 or 4 edits to this tweet, and he kept changing in and out, specifying that the person he was talking to was a minor or just a person. He kept going back and forth, and we could see the edits. So it's kind of weird that he was doing that. But yeah. So now at this point, I can't be a Doc fan. I could still root for vindication if some logs can come out that, you know, show that he was unaware and then shut things down when he became aware. That's the like last line of defense, right? Call me a Doc defender. Don't call me a PDF file defender, because if we find out that a line was crossed there, and I've made that very clear what my line is, I'm not with that. If he did not cross that line, I'm still gonna back up Doc, even though I'm still gonna think he's a piece of shit because he's still talking to girls after he got busted cheating on his wife. Okay, so I don't know, like the whole cheating on his wife thing still irks me too. I mean, I just can't see myself liking somebody a whole lot that's cheated. You know, like maybe if there was some sort of private reconciliation, which I believe they have, and that's one thing that was okay with me. But that plus this now, I mean, even actually now I'm thinking about, even if a line wasn't crossed, he's still being unfaithful to his wife, and that pisses me off. Got a young girl, and now his entire legacy is completely trashed. All right. Well, that is the updates on Dr. Disrespect and everything that's going down. I think that he is not going to come back from this unless those DMs get leaked. But I have a feeling the DMs are going to get leaked, and it'll just make it worse. That's what I think at this point. I think that it's going to be, we're going to look at it, and everyone's going to be so fucking grossed out that the last 0.1% of supporters that he has left won't even be there for him. So that's what I have to say. All right, VidCon for me tomorrow. If you made it this far in the video and you're in Anaheim or you're in California, we'll come by. I'm at VidCon for the next 5 days. Come find me. If there's any new updates, I'll let you guys know. Shit, I gotta go.